Evening guys, hope everyone's good. So we technically might have the breakout here depending on this chart pattern. I've been saying for a while now that I believe this is the breakout for Bitcoin. You know, it may come back and retest, which is fair enough, but it tends to do these lockout moves. Now, if we have this triangle, the ascending triangle here, and the shape of this is a flat top and an uptrend line. If we've got this pattern in play, this is a breakout and a retest and ready to start moving up again. If we don't have that, we're still in the parallel channel, which is just working its way up the channel as it stands now. Now, we have the 618 here, so it is chopping up that 618. So that's a good sign as well. It has broke out, but it has been rejected, but it is starting to bounce up again. So it chops up that even better. It will just weaken it as a resistance. We still have our measured move target of 106. We are still very bullish across the board, across all the indicators for me. And I'll just show you this one if you guys didn't see it last time. Look at this parallel channel coming all the way in from 2018 on the stock market. Now, does that look like the end of the world today for you guys? Or does that just look like a bounce off, move, bounce off, move, bounce off, move? You know, it's looking like that to me, guys. So on the stock market and everything, it's looking very strong. And on Bitcoin, it's looking super strong. I was having a look at liquidation levels. There's not much to go at with it. We can try and look for some clues. You know, you can see there is some green here. Obviously, the bright yellow is 113 million. So you can see the targets here. These are the obvious ones. But there will be some liquidity built down here. So it might come for a wee wick down and collect some of this, but it will hit that 98 again. And once it gets up to that 98, you know, you're almost at 100. So will it test 100 and maybe have a reject? Because that reject off the line, because 100,000 is such a psychological level. It might have a rejection off there, but I still just think this is going to be a lockout rally here. But we are moving into the FOMC. The FOMC is on the 7th, so we're so close to this now. So it'll be interesting to see how the charts will look going into that, because if they start dumping down into that, you know, we might get some news out of it. So it'll be interesting to see what they're going to say regarding reducing the balance sheet. We ideally want this to stop. Once that stops, we have breathing space in the crypto market and the stock market. And it's not risk on, but it's essentially risk off is now paused. You know, we are now in the middle. So that might be enough to get it going if we hear something along those lines. I think we're going to hear something, because Bitcoin is just at this critical level now. There's not much liquidity. I'm on the 30-day here. There is stuff to come down and collect. Yeah, they can definitely nip down to 92, but yeah, I don't know why. I've seen this chart pattern before, guys. I know if I keep on harping on about it, I may be wrong, but this is such a Bitcoin thing to do. And what day are we on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've been in that tight range for so long as well. We should really be seeing this breakout. You know, this would be more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this would be more like breaking out on the 9th day of the ascending triangle. If we're just looking on daily counts within a range, it'll normally go between the kind of 7, 8, 9 day. So I think we'll see the move continue up for Bitcoin. I don't think it's going to come down for this liquidity. I just don't see it. It might wick down for something with regards to the FOMC, but I think we're going to get something in the FOMC that's going to send this off. because everything's lining up. If you look at the bigger picture, you know, you kind of just see it go off. Once Bitcoin goes, you know, it just does not stop. You know, it might do a wee retest, but to me, if you look at these bars, these are the kind of bars that you just see progressively expanding. Progressively expanding. It just doesn't stop. And that bar there, it looks like that to me. So, not much else, guys. Not much else at all. We just need to see. Probably the markets tend to range depending on the way into the FOMC meeting. If we see a dump into FOMC meeting, we might be getting good news there. That's normally a telltale sign. But maybe people are just on the sidelines here waiting for this FOMC just to see if Fed pal says anything. Yeah. And aye, not much else, guys. Hope you are having a good weekend. And I will be back tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Bye.